Welcome back. To promote civic education among South Africa's young voters, former Democratic Alliance parliamentary leader Lindiwe Mazibuko has launched an app under her Futurelect company. Now, for more on this, we are joined by Shaunei Gerber, who is the head of marketing and communications at Futurelect. Shaunei, a very good evening to you. This sounds like a very fascinating tool when we think about the grim picture of voter turnout when it comes to South African elections. Tell us more about this app.
Thank you so much, and good evening to all your viewers. Futurelect launched its civic education app ahead of the May 2024 general election last year in South Africa. We launched it in an aid to assist the IEC in voter education and informing more citizens on the importance of showing up on voting day, casting your vote, and most importantly, why. Why is it important to participate actively in your democracy? Why is it important to get involved in different government processes, even as far as by-elections, which is local governments, as we know, is coming up early next year. Hopefully we get the announcement soon. The app launched in May 2024. When we did launch ahead of the elections, we managed to attract 10,000 users on the platform, and we reached 2 million South Africans online, and this is the youth audience. So for us to be able to reach as many South Africans as possible is quite a critical goal for Futurelect.
So clearly there is an appetite to talk about voting. I mean, 2 million users already since your inception. From your research coming up with Futurelect as well and this app as well, Shaunei, what's the root of this voter apathy, particularly amongst the youth?
I don't think it's really fair to say voter apathy 100% is accurate. We are hearing the youth voice. They're speaking every day. They're using the platforms available to them like social media. They're on TikTok. It's an incredible generation creating incredible content about what they're unhappy about. I think the crux of it is really civic education. And what the program serves to provide is enlightening or information on the platforms and the spaces available to the youth in order to really activate that voice and put it in the spaces in front of the leaders who really make the decisions on their behalf. So I definitely think that the youth are ready. They want to speak. They want to engage actively in politics. They're just unsure where and how and when. And that's really what our program is trying to close the gap on.
And also how it works, I believe, is that it also teaches the youth and app users as well about, for instance, how municipal budgets work. Now, these may seem like daunting and big topics, but it seems that it has been condensed in a way that is understandable for the lay citizen.
Exactly right. And it was designed for the youth, by the youth. We spent quite a lot of time with students, particularly from universities, for example, University of Pretoria, to really understand what are the big questions? What are we asking? What do we want to know? And how do we want to consume that information? How do we want to take that information and use it and create action? And we really found that video content was key to the strategy. Short form video content, 3 to 5 minute videos. There's around 100 videos on the app at the moment. Each video covers a particular topic. So, for example, how do by-elections work? How do ward councillors make decisions? How do ward councillors become elected? How are taxes in South Africa spent? Who determines how the taxes are spent? So generally, every topic that you can think of when it comes to our democracy is available on the platform and in very short, quick, easy to understand terms and lessons.
And is there a way to measure its success as well in terms of those who are receiving this information, having better understanding of the spheres of government and going out and, for instance, participating in by-elections?
Absolutely. So we've been running a survey among our participants, and to date, we have attracted 180,000 downloads since a launch. And we've reached over 3 million South Africans. The survey has shown us that 72% of our users are saying that they definitely understand their role in their democracy a lot better than before. And 77% are saying that they are more inspired to participate in their democracy, particularly at a local level. And this is ahead of the local elections next year.
So do you think, I mean, with numbers like that as well, 2-3 million, these make a significant difference when we're looking at election results? Do you foresee that some of these app users will translate into votes, and that could also see a change in our political system and our voting patterns?
Absolutely. And in the general election in 2024, we saw a record number of youth registrations. It was really the turnout that let us down. So we're hoping that through the work we do with civil society and the public and through our digital marketing, that we're able to reach as many South Africans as possible to really get them to start taking action. And when it comes to civic education, we believe it's not only something that happens during an election cycle, it's something that happens in between as well. So always on civic education, creating regular dialogue with the youth and participants is incredibly key for us. We've launched our digital marketing campaign just last week. We're targeting by-elections. We've ring-fenced particular wards, and we're measuring behavior change based on the information and the education that we share.
And just speaking about, the politics of the continent as well, a lot of the time we see that there's a pattern, what's happening in South Africa may be happening in other parts of the continent as well. Any plans to expand?
Absolutely. We have our sights set on Kenya next year, and we're launching in Ghana very soon. So we've managed to prove the model that we have at the moment as successful, and we're hoping to scale. Our goal really is to increase and strengthen democracy across the African continent.
Well, Shaunei, thank you so much. It sounds fascinating, and good luck as you continue to try and spread the gospel of how local government and provincial and national governments work as well.